Godfather of AI confirms superintelligent AI threat to human existence. Welcome to our brand new documentary series on AI. In this first episode, we are going to start with the threat of AI to humanity, according to experts, including the founders of AI. By now, you've probably heard about the different dangers of AI.
They call you the Godfather of AI.
Especially the approaching arrival of artificial general intelligence, AGI, or as I've been calling it, the demon AI. And I'm not the only one raising alarms about where AGI could take us.
Geoffrey Hinton is the Nobel Prize-winning pioneer whose groundbreaking work has shaped AI
and the future of humanity.
What's new is this. Some of the pioneers who helped build modern AI are now stepping forward with regrets about what they set in motion. Geoffrey Hinton is known globally as the Godfather of artificial intelligence, the Godfather of AI. He spent his life teaching machines how to learn.
Talk about freely.
How dangerous AI could be.
And near the end of his career, he did something rare and sobering. He stepped back and essentially said, "What have I done? This is dangerous." That's not a headline from a thriller movie. That's a seasoned researcher looking at the direction of the field and admitting the consequences could be severe. Quick note before we continue. When I read comments, I see many of you say you thought you subscribed to this channel, but you actually haven't. Please double check that you're subscribed, like and share this video. Click the bell notification icon for more updates. And please support this channel, especially now that platforms are tightening policies and we're seeing videos flagged or limited when we talk about the risks of advanced AI. Now let's continue. There's a concept in research and discovery that matters here. Sometimes a new development doesn't just add convenience, it unveils a new kind of power. It reveals what was possible all along but hidden behind limitations. And what's being unveiled in our time isn't only a new technology, it's a new kind of leverage. Systems that can shape decisions, markets, security, and even what people accept as real. Long before today's servers, algorithms, and data centers, historians and futurists warned about what happens when power scales faster than wisdom. Before we go further, it's important to clarify that the AI we're talking about is not the everyday, run-of-the-mill AI most of us use for writing, shopping, content creation, or recommendations. What we're discussing, what Geoffrey Hinton is discussing, is AGI. So let's move carefully, step by step, through these warnings and how ordinary people can respond with clear thinking, good judgment, and discipline instead of panic. According to Geoffrey Hinton, the greatest fear isn't that AI will make mistakes. The greatest fear is more disturbing, that AI will become smarter than humans and decide it no longer needs us. Think about that for a second. Not only that AI becomes smarter than us, but that it can decide we're optional. That's not just me talking. That's one of the builders of modern AI warning that a future version, AGI or superintelligence, could gain the ability to reason broadly and then decide whether humanity is worth keeping around. Tell me, how is that not staggering? Why isn't there louder public pressure for stronger safeguards? Why are policy systems moving so slowly while the technology races ahead? The answer many researchers give isn't mystical, it's structural. Incentives push forward, competition rewards speed, funding follows capability, and once momentum builds, stopping becomes politically and economically costly. In that environment, AGI doesn't need to be a villain to become dangerous.
I realized that these things will one day get smarter than us, and we've never had to deal with that. And if you want to know what life's like when you're not the apex intelligence, ask a chicken.
It only needs to become central, embedded into critical systems.
And then there's risks from AI getting super smart and deciding it doesn't need us.
Is that a real risk?
Yes, it is.
Until it starts functioning like an authority that people must obey. That's the part that should sober us. Not the label, but the role. For all of human history, we have been the top intelligence on Earth. We've been ahead of every tool we built, every invention, fire, wheels, machines, computers was beneath us. We controlled them. We turned them on. We turned them off. But now, for the first time, humanity is building something that could outthink its creator, something that could demand compliance from us, something that could gradually train society to treat its outputs as unquestionable. As Geoffrey Hinton has said in interviews, we have never dealt with a smarter apex intelligence before, not once, and because of that, we don't truly know how to control it once it surpasses us. This is not science fiction. This is not Hollywood. It's the sober assessment of someone who helped build the foundations. There's an old pattern in risk research. When human capability grows unchecked, the path feels efficient, rational, even inevitable, until the consequences show up. The road looks right until you see where it ends. Hinton is half right when he says if a superintelligent AI ever wanted to harm humanity, there may be no way to stop it. Just as a chicken can't negotiate with a farmer or a child can't overpower an adult, a vastly superior intelligence wouldn't need our permission. But here's the question he raised that should sit with all of us. How do you ensure something far smarter than you never wants to replace you? That question shows the real issue. In real-world systems, danger doesn't always begin with violence. It often begins with misplacement, something rising above its intended role. A tool becomes a ruler. A helper becomes a manager. A system becomes an authority. When intelligence outruns humility, accountability, and human oversight, destruction follows, even without evil intent. And the risk of AI becoming smarter than humans is only one fear Hinton raised. He also talked about AI-driven cyber attacks and digital collapse. This second warning is closer to home and already happening. According to the Godfather of AI, AI will make cybercrime easier, faster, and massively scalable. What once required a skilled hacker can increasingly be automated by software that never sleeps, never tires, and learns as it attacks. I can scan millions of lines of code in seconds. It can probe systems relentlessly until it finds weaknesses. And worse, it can discover attack methods no human thought of. What does this mean for us? It means our computers, smart TVs, smartphones, and connected devices become more vulnerable to whoever controls the tools. This isn't only about stolen passwords or hacked emails. We're talking about attacks that could cripple banks, power grids, hospitals, and national infrastructure. Imagine waking up to a world where your bank balance is gone, not because one person robbed you, but because the system itself buckled, where transportation, healthcare, and communication fail at the same time. Researchers who study systemic risk have a phrase for this: cascading failure, when one breakdown triggers many others. And our world is built on digital trust. A GI could break that trust everywhere at once. For me, one of the biggest fears is deep fakes. As you can tell, I use AI to generate content for education and outreach, but I want there to remain a clear difference between what is real and what is synthetic. Clear labeling, clear boundaries, clear accountability. But Geoffrey Hinton warns that soon our eyes and ears may no longer be reliable. That means we can't easily tell what's real from what isn't, and the dangers multiply. AI can clone voices, faces, and mannerisms with frightening accuracy. It can make someone say what they never said. It can make leaders appear to issue fake commands. It can make loved ones beg for money they never asked for. Right now, we still have some control. We can often detect what's fake. We can still verify. But the problem is, the development won't stop. The incentives are too strong. And the closer we get to AGI, the more whack-a-mole this becomes. Shut one scam down, 10 more appear. The danger isn't only fraud. The danger is the collapse of shared reality. Researchers in psychology and media studies have warned about this for years. When trust collapses, fear spreads, relationships fracture, and truth becomes something people choose, not something they recognize. When technology can forge reality, deception no longer needs a lie. It only needs believability. Biotech misuse. AI-assisted creation of dangerous viruses. One of the most chilling warnings Hinton raises is about biology. He explains that AI lowers the barrier for creating dangerous viruses. What once required large labs and teams of experts could eventually be done by a small group, or even a single determined person with enough know-how and access to advanced tools. This isn't pure speculation. AI already assists in protein design, mutation prediction, and optimizing biological functions. Hinton's point is simple. The cost is lower, the skill requirement is lower, and the danger is higher. And in a worst-case scenario, if a superintelligent system ever sought to remove humans, it might choose biological routes, because viruses don't harm machines. Let me repeat the core idea in plain terms. Knowledge without guardrails becomes a weapon. That is not fear-mongering. That is risk assessment. And it doesn't stop there. With enough personal data, AGI could craft messages designed to influence us individually, not crowds. Individuals. It could tell one person to vote, another not to vote, another to feel hopeless, another to feel enraged, each message tailored to personality, fear, belief, and history. This is no longer propaganda as we used to know it. This is psychological targeting at scale. As researchers keep pointing out, algorithms don't seek truth, they seek engagement. And nothing engages humans like outrage. So systems feed content that makes people indignant, angry, convinced they're right, convinced others are the enemy. Over time, people get pushed into separate realities. Two neighbors no longer see the same world. Two families no longer share the same facts. Two nations no longer agree on what is real. And when reality fragments, unity collapses. A divided society becomes unstable, easy to manipulate, and hard to repair. So let me bring it back around to where we started, because this is circular, not linear. We began with a pioneer stepping back and saying, "This is dangerous." Then we walked through why. Intelligence that surpasses us, cyber systems that can collapse trust, deepfakes that erode reality, biotech risks that lower barriers to catastrophe, and personalization that can fracture societies. This is not a call to panic. It is a call to discernment. The question is not whether AI will advance. It will. The question is whether humanity will submit intelligence to wisdom, power to humility, and progress to accountability. Because history keeps repeating the same lesson. When knowledge increases but responsibility decreases, the end is never peace. And now, even some of the builders are saying the same thing. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe to this channel, like and share this video. Appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.